Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater.
Ah, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekaritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater. And I know I don't need to tell you that the American political landscape is a shambles. American politics has become a no-holds-barred, dog-eat-dog, kick-em-while they're down, tooth-and-nail blood sport. And my fellow geek Americans, I ask you, who better to send to Washington to restore civility, sanity, and gentility to the American political process than a werewolf? Well, luckily, my lords and ladies, we have a werewolf for you tonight. Because tonight, it's the 1973 satirical political shocker, The Werewolf of Washington. And of course, along the way, we'll have our usual, unusual features. Of course, another warning from Gore Drizzle the Unkind, the cranial cavity search, and much, much more. But now, without further ado, I give to you a great American on his way to Washington to shake things up under the full moon. Here is the Werewolf of Washington.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me. Jack Whittier is my name. Maybe you remember my byline. I was the youngest member of the Washington Press Corps, its fastest rising star. One of the best and brightest, as we used to say. Before so much blood passed under those pretty Potomac bridges. I was having an affair with the president's daughter, and I wanted out. Without hurting her feelings, or frankly, my career. So I had my paper reassign me to our bureau in Budapest. Somehow, the president heard I was banished for being too pro-administration. And he offered me a job which I couldn't refuse. Which is where the terrible events that were to destroy my career and my life begin.
Boy, it's silver, I found it in a little shop. I didn't think there were such things left.
What's it for?
You mean you don't know?
Hey, fella. What do you think you're doing? You're trying to get somebody killed? You ran me right into the tree. What are you doing? I'm just standing here right in the middle of the road. Will you say something? What's the matter? Can't you speak English? Giselle, when you get back in the car, I gotta make it to the airport. I'm sorry, sir. I lost my temper. But my car won't start, and I have to catch a plane. It's very important. Do you know, is there a gas station around or someone that could help me? Hey. It won't start. Hey, mister! I really need help! How do you say help? Shaggy! Come on. Shaggy! Now, please, the only reason I'm asking you is because my car crashed because of him. Now, could you just give me a little help, please?
Σας παρακαλώ, φύγετε. Αν δεν φύγετε, θα βαζόξουμε και θα φύγουμε εμείς.
I'm down here, this one.
Yes, if we want to leave, we will.
I told you my car is stuck.
Άψε με, Μάρκ, μέσα,
Stuck over there by the
Μάρκ,
Listen, it's because of him. It's all his fault. He ran me off the road. What are you afraid of? You don't have to go anywhere. The country's $1,600 million worth of aid every year. What are you looking at? Will you quit looking at yourself? Thank you. That's right. I wish I was religious. I clear prayer right now. Hey! What's the matter? Giselle!
And there you have it, the classic werewolf attack. Our man is cursed for sure. You know, my lords and ladies, I like werewolves, but, well, I've always found them a bit, well, lazy. I mean, you look at the monster world, okay? You have zombies. Now, zombies are easily the hardest working monsters in monsterdom. They're up and at it 24/7, shuffling and munching. Then you have vampires. Every night, dusk to dawn, they're out there biting necks and taking names. But werewolves, once a month during the full moon, just to run around and cause a little havoc? Well, actually, in most of these werewolf movies, they're 2 or 3 full moons in a row. I don't quite know how that works. But still, they're not as bad as mummies. All mummies do is lay around for 5,000 years or so waiting for some nosy archaeologist to dig them up so they can go out on a Tana Leaf tea binge. You mummies out there, you got to step up your game. We'll be right back.
Incidentally, where are your menfolk?
You're the first man I've ever seen.
Let go, Kip.
Well, then what's the matter?
Danger, Kip. They want to kill you. They'll take the spaceship and they'll make me go with them.
Well, how?
They can, Kip. They control me.
You'll share man's greatest thrill as you rocket through space to the lost moon city of alluring, ferocious cat women. Theirs is the fevered fury of life without love, goading them to lure men into the den of bloodthirsty moon monsters, driving them to tempt men in the deadly cave of moon gold, flaming into a wild lust to conquer man and destroy the world.
Daughter of Horror. Here is tense, taut, chill-filled drama that shocks you with hair-raising horror. Not one word is spoken on the screen. The strangest motion picture you have ever seen. Daughter of Horror.
And so it must have been a wolf. We could find no corpse.
Oh, come on. I killed a man, and I killed him with this thing.
You said it was an accident, my boy.
It was an accident. But are you going to just take my word for it? Aren't you going to detain me?
The inspector has offered us his car and the driver.
What's going on here? This country is crawling with bureaucrats. Where are they? Why aren't they here questioning us?
Jack, they are willing to let go us. Let go.
What are you trying to cover up? Is the White House behind this?
The what house?
The White House.
It's easy. You don't even know what are you saying.
Espirito.
What'd she say?
She says you are feverish because of the wound.
I'm afraid I must ask you to leave the area at once. I tell you again, no one has been reported missing. No corpse has been found. If you continue to make a nuisance of yourself, I shall have you lock it up.
That was your son that I killed, wasn't it?
Ne, pedimos, hija.
Yes, that was her son.
And you don't even care that I killed him?
Vedem squadras. Tam litros. Iker na pesanja glitos.
She says you didn't kill him. You released him. He needed to die. He longed to rest.
Because of the communists? Secret police?
The dollar. The pentagram.
Because of the sign of the pentagram.
Oh, the Pentagon is behind all of this.
The pentagram, the mark of the beast. See?
Oh, that's just a bunch of insanity.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Oh, bull. Find out who she's working for. Heaven help you, my son.
Jack.
The president wants to see you. He's in my bedroom.
Why, look, people are simply shit as they are. They just want something for nothing. Why, my family, we worked for everything we had. And if you know that we had a deed from the King of England for our property in Maryland, and now, Lon, these jerks just want to come and they want to give it to the communists. Just give it. Isn't that right, Maurice? I mean, you agree with me, don't you, honey? Well, Lon, aren't you going to do something about it?
We're going to change the Constitution.
Oh, thank heaven. Well, I meant to say, you should rewrite it. And I think I have a few points I could do. Well, I don't know where that man came from. You know, Maryland is my home state.
Good to see you, Jack.
Mr. President.
You're looking fine, just fine. Settle it any way you want, but just make sure it doesn't fall back in my lap or the Attorney General's. How's your flight, Jack?
I mean, I think Washington is going to be quite a come down in many ways. I'm going to have to sell my stock. What do you...
Even though you're my press aide, your job will deal mainly with the Justice Department. The Attorney General is just too honest for his own good. Need to help restore his image with the press. And also deal with the Captree nomination. Especially the Captree nomination. Have you met Mrs. Captree?
Doesn't matter. If Elliot loses the nomination, we'll just be mighty happy to stay home and make money, won't we, Don?
No, sir.
She's going to be a problem. How do you tell a man to dump his wife for the good of his country? Well, anyway, I want to restore some balance on the court. I mean, if there's a Southerner, we could give them a sense of belonging down there. Do you know what I mean, Jack?
I think I do, sir, yes.
Well, that's all the speech I have for now. But we'll talk some more later. Have you seen Marion yet? I don't understand you young people.
She's seeing a nice young man nowadays. You should get to know him. He's a psychiatrist, a naval psychiatrist. I think you'd like him.
And Senator Bond does not represent the people of Maryland. Hello there, Mr. President. You know, I was just telling the Attorney General here, that Senator Bond, oh, he makes me so sick. I just can't stand it.
Mrs. Captree, I'm sure your husband doesn't even feel that strongly about it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Jack, you see the kind of problems we have here. Judge, I want you to meet Jack Whittier, the new Assistant Press Secretary.
How do you do?
And Mrs. Captree.
Oh, is he the Jewish young man that you hired to muzzle me?
I'm afraid they find him.
Oh, well, you look smart.
I'm going to excuse myself now.
We sleep tight now, Mr. President.
Oh, Marion.
Hello, Jack.
My, that Marion's such a lovely girl. Did the Washington Times really send you to Siberia and the truth to her, Mr. Whittier?
It was Hungary.
What?
Hungary?
Come on, Margie. I think it's time we left for home.
Oh, no, Elliot, honey. Well, why don't you run along like you always do? I'm sure this nice young man will see me home, won't you, honey?
Certainly. I think your father's a cross between Abraham Lincoln and Jesus Christ.
I'm engaged to be married, Jack.
Already? To that psychiatrist guy? Mrs. Captree, any funds ready?
Oh, I'm just adding a little more for the road. You know, anytime you have people marching in the streets, you're just catering to a revolution. You know what my husband says? Well, my husband says many times that he actually prefers some of the Russian communists against the liberal columnists in this country.
Everyone has a secret nightmare about the ugliest way to die. Whatever yours may be, now it lives.
What are you yelling about?
Little people!
If you take them in, you'll be taken in, because there is no way to survive the devil times 5.
What about those kids?
You've got to be kidding. Whatever you think they are, they're not. Whatever you think they won't do, they will.
What are they?
They're piranha.
You mean you feed those little babies to those big ugly things?
Here, you want to feed them?
Not since Village of the Damned has death become so brutal or survival so hopeless. One by one. Body by body. Death will come in its most dreaded form. They bring their own omen. And it is written in blood. The devil times 5 leaves nobody alive.
Listen, if you can imagine the furor of love, then maybe you'll hear. These walls here, these windows answer. The Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is a motion picture magnificent in its horror. Therefore, this certificate assures burial service without cost to anyone in the audience who dies of fright while seeing The Screaming Skull. See the revisualization of a woman scorned. See the vengeful violence of the undead. The Screaming Skull, starring Alex Nichol. See Terror from the year 5000 and The Screaming Skull.
Oh, fool humans! Gore Drizzle here, the sphere you fear. And, you know, scratch that, you fool humans know nothing. But as I race towards your world to enslave then destroy you, I am sometimes overwhelmed by the beauty and majesty of space. The infinity of stars, varieties of planets beyond description, and life everywhere. The planets themselves are alive. When I see all this vast, sublime majesty of the universe, it makes me even more determined to destroy you, full humans. All for me, nothing for you. QIF! That's Quake in Fear, by the way.
What's the matter with my hand?
Oh, nothing.
My goodness, my land, Jack. You're just some terrible fool, aren't you?
Marion and I are leaving. I thought I'd come over and say good evening to you, Jack. Tremendous. Why don't you come in and talk to me sometime, Jack? We'll have a talk. All right, sure.
Now, where were we? Where were we? We were saying something about the...
We are going to war against the networks, Jack. We're going to win back the minds and hearts of the American people. And we have got to have Captree on that court to win the fight, or we're in trouble. Hell, you understand. Hey, look, Jack, there's a line in there I have trouble with, something about the views of a small group. How does small strike you? That's a little soft. What would you call your compatriots of the press if you wanted to be, a little more flashy?
Let's see. Well, at their worst, a coterie of impudent snobs. Or, no, I mean, really, I could find some...
Oh, that's great. We'll use it.
You're kidding.
No, it's just what we want. Look, the man told me to give you a draft of the speech and listen to your suggestions on it. Now I know why. I want you to spice it up a bit, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't use that line that I just suggested.
Why not? That is exactly what we want. And not now. Yeah. My God. What's this country coming to? Mrs. Captree was just found dead. Guts ripped open.
he dead? I guess I asked that last night.
Yeah, I guess you did. Gee, I haven't been in the White House in a long time.
Well, not everyone gets to see all of the White House, Jack.
I was supposed to meet with your father.
It's really awful about Mrs. Crabtree, isn't it? And those shoes they found, that's weird.
Shoes? But, Giselle, Marion, the president's waiting for me. I better not keep him.
Hasn't Judge Crabtree asked that his nomination be withdrawn because of this horrible tragedy?
Well, I've asked him not to make that request. Frankly, I don't want his name withdrawn. The current permissive trends continue in this country. I'm worried about national anarchy. Andrea, you and I, we don't see eye to eye about most things. Never asked for your support, and I've never received it. But if your paper could change its position, it would swing the nomination for him.
I'll think about it, Mr. President.
Good. I'm sorry to have kept you here so late. Oh, by the way, I've asked the FCC to act as quickly as possible upon that application, no matter what position you take. After all, I do owe you a favor. If you hadn't banished Jack here to Budapest, well, I wouldn't have a new assistant press secretary. Good evening, darling.
Mr. President, we didn't banish Jack. I begged him to stay here, didn't I, Jack? He requested the transfer for personal reasons. And he's welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you.
Jack?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to go, Mr. President. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll leave with Jack.
No, I mean, I'll stay here with you, Mr. President.
Well, I'll think it over, Mr. President. I may surprise you.
Oh, thank you, Andrea.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Jack. Good night. Good night.
Jack! Jack! Jack, I think I could be your friend, Jack. If you could just accept that. I'd like to be. You don't look well, Jack. Jack!
Don't wait for me there, Marion. Wait for me in your room. Go away now!
Jack! Jack!
know, you'd think that some helpful citizen would have pulled up alongside her and said, "Hey, lady, you know you got a werewolf on the roof of your car?" That's something you just don't see every day. And people get pulled over by the police every day for broken taillights and expired registrations, yet she drives through downtown Washington, D.C. with a werewolf on the roof of her car and doesn't get stopped. There is just no justice. Oh, and speaking of injustice, here are more commercials.
Attention all spaceship crew members. Our radar screen has picked up the target we've been looking for. Prepare the ship for an immediate attack.
Something's wrong. Someone's jamming the radio. We are losing all our air. Gamera, help us get out.
Gamera has been located. Attack Gamera at once.
Come on.
He held these beautiful maidens captive in his jungle of death, a power-mad genius who changed them into horrible creatures of another world. Then 3 strangers stumbled upon his green hell. 2 men and a lovely girl who held civilization's last chance to halt this all-devouring evil. Could they stop all this terror? Could they stop this madman who turned these lovely maidens into half-women, half-beast she-demons? For terror that has no equal, for excitement that never lets up, see this explosion of frightening fury that flames into a motion picture experience you will never forget.
These high school boys and girls are having a hop at the local soda fountain. Innocently, they dance. Innocent of a new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell. In this film, you will see the ease with which this vicious plant can be grown in your neighbor's yard, rolled into harmless-looking cigarettes, hidden in an innocent shoe or watch case.
If you want a good smoke, try one of these.
You will meet Bill, who once took pride in his strong will as he takes the first step toward enslavement.
Of course, if you're afraid.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price. Debauchery, violence, murder, suicide, and the ultimate end of the marijuana addict. Hopeless insanity. See this important film now, before it is too late.
Says it's a werewolf. Weird wolf. A werewolf. Werewolf. Can you imagine what happened if the press gets a hold of that? I think the kid did himself. He looks like he could sever a jugular.
Well, I don't think the kid did it.
You're the whiz kid. You keep him from the press.
Hi, how are you? Could you just tell me exactly what you saw?
Look, we just saw this figure running away.
A figure running away. Was it a man or a woman? Or was it light or dark? Or was it light or dark?
It was too dark to tell.
The figure was dark, wasn't it? This figure was dark.
All right, it was dark. It was very dark.
Debbie, just be cool. A black man. No, it was a werewolf, you racist pig. Just 1 minute, don't point your finger at me. Who are you talking to?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Look, we didn't do anything.
Take it easy. Now, could you kids tell me something more detail about this running figure?
It was hairy. It walked funny.
Uh-huh.
The Panthers.
How do you know it's the Panthers?
I know it. Book 'em.
Book 'em? Wait a minute. What for?
Narcotics.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Listen. Just give me a minute. Right? Where are you kids staying?
The Chevrolet Hilton.
The what?
Big bus on the mall.
I'm just trying to help you now. We're going to assign an FBI agent to keep you under surveillance, or else we're going to have to lock you up.
Oh, wow, man.
Thank you.
You stay with me. Right. Well, sir, do you have any leads? I mean, this is the second murder of a national figure in 2 days. Are you sure you have enough manpower to trap the killer? I mean, your boys seem to be busy with the networks. Let me tell you something. None of this would have happened if you people didn't support the very elements in our society that did this.
Easy, Mark, easy. Don't let them get to you.
How do you know that we support the elements when you don't have one single lead? We do have a suspect, and an indictment is imminent.
Sir, I must insist that you stop talking to these people.
Does imminent mean today, tomorrow, or indefinitely, sir? Imminent means tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry, sir.
And won't you bleeding hearts be surprised? He doesn't have one indictment. He's too busy investigating us. You see? See? Jack! Jack!
I understand that the three of you are cooped up on one of these for, how long is that?
It's about 2 weeks altogether.
2 weeks.
Sir, do you mind if I...
No, you go right ahead.
Oh, this one doesn't seem to work.
Huh? Oh, yeah, let me give you a hand. That's strange.
Well, that's all right, sir. I'll use this one.
No, that's the point. That's odd. There's nobody in there. I'll just reach down under and get the latch for you.
Sir, I'll do it. Just a second.
No. You just go about your business. I'll get the janitor to look into that. You know, it's odd. We get one of you fellas up on the moon, but when it comes to fixing a little latch like that, we're just all thumbs. Okay, there's a Remington I want to show you out here. The Blackwoods gave it to me when they made you chief 2 years back. There it is. Jack, I can only give you a minute, but I'd like you to stay and see the senator.
Yard line, and that is about all, as we're keeping our eye half on the field and half on the clock.
Mr. President, I'm not feeling very well. Do you think you might want to find someone to replace me?
Me right now? Well, sure, go ahead. Take a nap, Jack.
No, I mean generally.
Come on, Jack. You're doing a fine job. You're indispensable to me. I need you now more than ever.
It's about those shoes, sir.
Shoes? What shoes? Jack, would you please stop scratching the palms of your hands? It's just not manly.
It's about the murders, sir. I don't believe that the Panthers did them.
Well, there hasn't been a murder since we put a guard on that black boy.
But the moon hasn't risen yet. Put a guard on me.
Damn that mob out there. Now, look, Jack. What is the meaning of this? That speech you wrote last night was just great. The networks, they don't know what hit them. And they told me because of you. I want to assign you full time for writing speeches for the vice president.
Mr. President, I think...
It will be 14 to 7. Now in our booth, we have instant replay.
I think I'm a werewolf.
Looks like it was a...
What?
Speak up!
I can't hear you.
Senator, Mr. President.
Oh, Senator.
Threw it up for grabs. It was deflected as he threw it up. That...
Now, Jack. We all get disturbed at some time or another over some damn little thing. But I won't hear of you leaving the team until you've had a chat with Commander Sampson. All right?
Mr. President. Hello.
Oh, Joan. Good to see you. Come in, come in.
I'm a murderer. I killed someone last night. Dr. Salmon, do you believe that a man can change into an animal? An animal? Have you ever heard of the mark of the beast? What? There's a curse on me. I was bitten by a wolf. Only it wasn't a wolf. Only it wasn't a wolf. It was a werewolf. And now when the full moon rises, I change into an animal with only one desire, the desire to kill.
Oh, Jack, really, a werewolf.
Well, what about my blackouts? And my scar? And my finger? And what about those shoes?
I think you're in trouble, Jack, but not the kind of trouble you think you're in.
What about my seeing the sign of the pentagram?
Well, sometimes we see our conflicts in terms of political symbols.
What's politics got to do with this?
Well, what does the Pentagon have to do with it?
The pentagram! Gentlemen, the five-pointed star.
To order dinner now.
Sounds like a real...
Would you come to the bathroom with me?
Later, sir.
Please. Would you come with me to the bathroom?
Later.
Doctor, please.
Yes. Forward.
I want to show you something. It's here. It's on my chest.
All right.
Jack, I want to talk about your symptoms now, but they're not very hard to explain. Now, you feel guilty because you were with both of these women when they were killed.
And you don't think that in itself is strange?
And you have the feeling that you could have done something to stop it, coupled with guilt feelings for having murderous... Well, look at this. Guilt feelings for having murderous wishes towards these women for evil reasons, for both of which you want to be punished.
Will you look at this?
So?
I saw this in the palm of each of my victims.
Jack, I want to help you.
Well, then lock me up.
Come over to the hospital tomorrow and we'll talk over it.
But someone's going to die tonight!
Will you two... What? Shut up! Jack, I cannot help you unless you really want me to help you. Now remember what I told you.
Show her. What is that?
That's just it. We don't know.
Did you see that? It moved.
Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of what really happened to you.
And what are you supposed to be? So, what is going on?
As far as I can tell, all-out space plant zombie attack.
Well, our Washington werewolf is trying to warn people about his condition, but no one seems to want to believe him. My lords and ladies, take a tip from me. If someone tells you they're a werewolf, believe them. Otherwise, they just might start taking their clothes off to show you their bite scar, and that can be uncomfortable for everyone involved. Well, depending. And now, back to the Werewolf of Washington, as our Mr. Whittier grows a bit woollier.
Jack Whittier. Hi, Angel. Dr. Salmon? Yes, I did. Now he has me thinking that whatever was bothering me was all in my mind. No, that's just between me and my analyst. Yeah, I'm fitting all the pieces together now. I'm beginning to think that while I was in Budapest, I was brainwashed or something. Yeah, to cover up some political activities here. Assassinations. No. What? You want to come over here? Tonight? I just hope your Secret Service man never publishes a book.
Please. Let me go through this.
Let's go.
Oh, no, man, without you. You know, we want to make it. You know what I mean, don't you? Make it. Do it.
Capital steps. No, man, we really want to take the walk. Could you stay behind, like 100 paces?
No, seriously, I want to make a phone call, Mr.
Murphy. Randy Murphy.
I'm going to go for a salad, okay?
Yeah, right.
Information? Yeah. Randy Murphy. He's somewhere in Georgetown, I think. Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Hello, Mrs. Murphy. This is the Werewolf of Washington. I know just what you want.
Are the ends of it?
No. I left a message. He'll be back later, and I said that we called.
Yeah, well, you ready to go? Look, come on, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I answer your questions, I would like to make a brief announcement. I have called this conference because of the mass hysteria and now tragedy surrounding a case that we're all very much aware of. Today, I'm pleased to announce the indictment of, secondly, the anarchist must be punished. And thirdly,
I think he's missing
we must have Crabtree on the Supreme Court. If he so threatens the people, they will stop at nothing. Questions?
Mr. President.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that the same black man you're holding for murder was himself brutally attacked last night?
No, I didn't point at you. I was pointing at her.
Mr. President, the Vice President made a speech last night. I was wondering if you would comment
Yes,
on it.
I'm glad you asked that question. I would like to make one thing perfectly clear. The Vice President does not clear his speeches with me.
From Haiti, land of the voodoo, comes the most infamous cult of all. Bela Lugosi as Murder Legendre.
I see death.
Master of the undead damned. The sinister power behind the white zombie.
Zombies? Yes. They are my servants.
This soul killer takes men from their graves to be his slaves. His instruments of terror, and now this fiend plots to possess a woman.
Only a pinpoint, Monsieur Beaumont, in a glass of wine, or perhaps a flower.
Keep it, monsieur. Keep it. You may change your mind.
Not dead? Are you mad? I saw her die. The doctor signed the certificate. I saw them bury her.
Captive in the borderland between life and death. Her brain drained of the life spark. The white zombie obeys the unholy commands of her demon master. As mindless creatures carry out his cursed will, terror explodes in horror and heartquake.
Zombie! Allez! Allez!
Never eyes so evil, never powers so potent, never magic so black. Bela Dracula Lugosi as the master of the white zombie.
Welcome to my humble home.
Look, Mr. Summers, I've got to get my aunt off this island. She's been this way ever since we came here. I'm just afraid if we don't get away soon, something dreadful is going to happen to all of us.
I don't care what it is you're going through, son. Commander Salmon assures me that your problems will not interfere with your job, and that's good enough for me.
But I don't think Dr. Salmon...
Now, wait, Jack, wait. Look at that. Jack.
Sir.
I don't care what this gypsy lady told you. Commander Salmon tells me that in your case, or let's say that in this case, the existence of a werewolf has not been verified. So how could you be a werewolf?
Well, sir...
Where's the ball? Where's the damn ball?
Sir...
Either take off your shoes or get in the gutter. I'm going to let you in a little secret. Whether you notice or not, but I get frightened too. I like you, Jack. I really do. You're like the son I never had. I see a lot of myself in you. I do. You're going places, Jack, and I like to be part of it. There it is. Just coming up down.
Mr. President, tonight, when the moon is full...
Oh, Jack. Oh, tonight when the moon is full. Get hold of yourself, boy. You're just going through a crisis. I know about crises. You're running for this one, you're running the rest of your life. Jack, where'd you go to school?
University of Chicago, sir.
Did you play any ball there?
Oh, just four-wall handball, sir. They didn't have varsity sports.
Oh, that's right. There's nothing wrong with four-wall handball. Oh, here, listen, I want you to take a ball. I want you to bowl a few frames for me. Go on, take a ball and get over in the alley over there. Just pick it up and step over there. That's it. All right, Jack, I want you to watch this. You're watching me, Jack?
Yes.
That's right. Here we go. Look at that shot. All right, Jack, you take a shot. Go ahead. Your turn. Go ahead. Take a shot. According to the Senate, let me have the man I want in the Supreme Court. Do you think I don't care about that? Do you? Take a position, Professor. Go on, get up the line now. That's it. Now, I can assure you that after the proper amount of time for testing and soul-searching, I'll strike out at my enemy swiftly and boldly. Maybe even tonight. Hey, boy. Jack, yes. Throw the ball. No, not like that. Here. Get down. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Yes, that's it. That's it. Now rip the ball back, and when you get back, just let it sit down there. Right? That's it. Get the ball back there. All right. Get your knees down there. Now, when you get the ball back there, just let it whisk. Let it go. You think I run from the battle? I shirk from it. Jack, will you throw the ball? Throw the ball down there.
Yes, sir.
I would too. Shoot now. I'd be aiming on sheer recklessness. I'd miss the target completely. Oh, son, there are only a few of us left in the boat now. We've got to stick together and strengthen one another. I believe in you, Jack. I want you to believe in me. I promise to stand by you in this crisis, Jack, if you promise me that you'll stand by yourself. Jack, you throw the ball, for Christ's sake.
I can't, sir.
Well, sure you can. I just throw it.
No, I can't. I've been trying to tell you.
Jack, what kind of a man are you, anyway?
I've been trying to tell you, sir. The first thing happens, my fingers start to swell before the moon rises. And now my fingers are stuck in a ball. I can't get it off.
Oh, Jack, I have a meeting in the war room. Please.
I can't go.
Jack, look, Commander Salmon will be there. Everything will be all right.
I'm stuck in the ball.
Ball.
It's a ball. Look at that. Hey.
with that ball? Nothing at all.
Must be the airport. The entire country is talking about sex murders and wash and weird wolf. This is just what the papers have been waiting for. Did you see this article in this morning's Times? Articles like that are appearing in every newspaper in every city in the country.
Oh, I think we ought to crucify them.
The networks, they can't even control their own people anymore. That circus of hippies outside the White House is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, now, wait a minute. I understand.
Congress is threatening you with impeachment proceedings.
You're confusing the issue entirely.
I am afraid of complete civil disorder. My recommendation is that we declare martial law, put a curfew on the whole city, and bring the Army in on this.
The Army? I think we should hold off on that. Gentlemen, I'd like to come directly to the point. I would like to be able to announce the withdrawal of all troops totally and immediately in Southeast Asia. But frankly, I'm afraid of the reaction from the lunatic right. What can I do to keep down casualties here and abroad while I speed up troop withdrawals?
Sir, if we can make just one last quick thrust into his sanctuaries, covered by a reactive, protracted reconnaissance, an active, radiative reconnaissance.
What did I miss? Try to stay awake over there, Harry.
Yes. A protective, reactive reconnaissance, an active...
Okay, let's do it.
Sir, don't you think we should notify Congress?
Notify Congress? What do you think, sir? Jack? Now, stink throughout the world. No, I will not be found wanting in this nuclear age. Just one more thing, gentlemen. About our plan to recognize Red China.
Oh, Mr. President!
Great theater, isn't it? Jack, what the hell time is it? Gentlemen, will you please excuse the boy? He hasn't been feeling too well.
We switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area.
I was sent to keep you here until they come.
To kill me.
Vampires, alive among the lifeless, that make the night hideous with their inhuman cravings. If they are not destroyed in the flaming pits of hellfire, or staked to the ground in the light of the sun, will the unbelievable become real? A world of inanimate zombies by day, irresistible, horrifying attackers by night. Can a zombie woman's hunger for love repopulate the earth?
graveyard late at night and seen a coffin open?
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated?
Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them.
See all this and more when you see on stage, in person,
that crazy mixed up Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown.
Unlike anything that you ever seen or heard of in the past.
Hideous creatures from beyond the grave leave the stage and grab girls right out of their seats.
Girls, do not come alone. Bring your boyfriend to protect you when the lights go out.
You may find a live snake or rat under your seat.
A real dead body is given away to some lucky person at every performance.
Also, in person,
the Mummy and King Kong, famous Hollywood gorilla, real and alive.
Plus, on the screen, 2 horrific motion pictures.
Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown.
Plus 2 horrific pictures.
Introducing Dr. William J. Bryan, the first medical doctor in the United States to specialize in the practice of hypnotism.
In 1960, I was consulted regarding a tragic case of a triple murderer who strangled his victims immediately after viewing the movie Psycho. His fascinating analysis under hypnosis, now a matter of record in my book, came to the attention of the producers of Dementia 13, who asked me to devise a method of preventing a recurrence of this tragedy.
You will be given a test prepared by Dr. Bryan to determine your ability to withstand shock. Those unable to pass this test will not be admitted to the theater. In this old castle, death is the youngest thing alive, for it is born and reborn 13 times, each time from a different dementia. A miasma of madness hides the one who delivers death, one who walks with silent tread and strikes with ruthless force. Is it the mother, demented by grief, or the attentive daughter-in-law, whose voice is soothingly hypnotic?
She'll tell me. I promise you.
Is it the son, who with fire creates beauty? Or the doctor who can cure and kill? Or perhaps the new bride, tortured by the ever-present nearness of death? Know the frenzy of a wedding night, in which a marriage is consummated in a passion of terror. You too will be mesmerized by a world that cannot be, but is. The movements of the static startles the wisest of birds. The mystery of the enigmatic leads to a strange rendezvous. An attempted escape, a meeting with terror.
You science fiction fans out there will recognize our star, Dean Stockwell, as Al, from the classic early 90s TV series Quantum Leap, and also as the pivotal character Cavil from Battlestar Galactica. He did a share of horror, too, starring as Wilbur Whateley in the 1970s version of The Dunwich Horror, and also as the creepy Ben in 1986's Blue Velvet. And coming up in our next segment, we'll see an actor who portrayed James West's most memorable foe.
speech. What is your name? What? What is your name? You have a name. What is your name? Tell me your name. What is your name? Are you real? Are you really real?
I called earlier about some silver bullets. No, I want them. With powder. And tonight. All right, $500. I don't care. No, they don't have to be ballistically perfect. Well, can you make one by tonight? All right, then send me one.
Well, if bullets won't stop it, maybe we can get it with a tank or a flamethrower.
I don't want him destroyed under any circumstances. Don't you realize how important it is to our programs? You must issue the order that he be taken alive.
It's damn interesting, Dr. Kiss, about the programs. Just what the hell are our scientific programs?
Oh, I haven't any more time for this. I have my own work to tend to.
No, the country is pretty much alarmed. Word leaks out that there's a werewolf running around and we can't kill it.
Well, just don't let it. Only you and I have seen this. Just keep all the people off the streets tonight and we'll handle it.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm up to my neck in this Asian policy stuff, and then two students out in Ohio.
I respectfully submit, sir, that is your problem.
Oh, Dr. Kiss? Dr. Kiss? Dr. Kiss, what do you think of my Southeast Asian policy? Dr. Kiss? Huh.
Okay. Mrs. Captree, the publisher, the black kid, the guard in the Pentagon last night, and this is the same shape as the scar on my shoulder, with just one knife to fill in the shape of the five-pointed star. Another murder tonight. At Watergate, my apartment.
And there's no doubt about it, the shoes we found at the Pentagon are his.
And the shirt.
And the shirt.
All right. I'm convinced. We'll lock you up. We can't let the press know about this. We can't let anybody know about it.
Yeah. There's no doubt the press would seize on your personal tragedy to discredit the president.
Well, frankly, I don't even want him to know. He's got enough on his mind already.
Jack, I'm sorry about this.
I even think I might be able to get some rest tonight, knowing I'm chained up.
Let's go.
What's that? It's a time-lapse camera, Jack. Presumably it'll go on during the transformation. If you are what you say you are, we owe it to science to make a record of it. Oh, and the president wants a copy for his new library.
Oh, Captain Salmon, would you turn on the television for me? I'd like to watch the president's address tonight.
Still angry over the...
I have to leave soon, Jack, but
president is about to send
I'll be back after the address is over.
Congress.
Oh, I can't believe I have to go through another night of this agony.
Now, there's nothing to whimper about. I guess this station will do. He's going to be on all the stations. All right, Jack, I'll be back after the address.
The shadowy and diminutive Dr. Kiss was played by the great character actor Michael Dunn, who portrayed James West's most memorable foe, Dr. Miguelito Loveless, in the classic 1960s TV series Wild, Wild West. Looks like he had a kind of a Frankensteinian trip going on down there in the bowels of our nation's capital, didn't it? Will we see more of these programs the good doctor was talking about? And what was the president's role in all this? What did he know and when did he know it? Was that werewolf bite an inside job? Did Dr. Kiss have inappropriate relations with that body on the slab? Should we cut all foreign aid to Hungary until this werewolf question is resolved? Has American politics become a shallow mockery of itself? And what about Miley Cyrus? We'll be right back.
Men, 1 billion strong, set to destroy the earth. The human race lulled into a false sense of security except for one scientist who dared probe the secret of this terrifying plan.
They're here, they're going to destroy us.
It's all right, Dr. Martin. You're with friends. You'll be all right.
They'll kill everyone. We've got to stop them!
Easy, Doug, easy.
Who are you?
A scientist, like yourself.
Where do you come from?
From a planet, yet unknown to you.
I'm getting out of here.
Stay where you are.
Dr. Martin, what are you doing with this?
Back or I'll kill him. Go on, get back.
Do as he says.
You'll see an amazing succession of staggering scenes. Strange monsters, giant reptiles, and astounding marvels of science yet unborn.
Santa sets up a fantastic automatic toy factory on Mars. The Martian leader battles the wicked Vodar in a desperate effort to save Santa, the wise man of Mars. 900 years old. the battle of the toys, when Martian kids and Earth kids join Santa to battle the bad guys of Mars. For real space-age fun, you'll be out of this world when Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
God. Who did this to you, Jack?
No one did anything to me, Marion. Now, will you get out of here?
Are you insane? Who did this to you?
Marion, will you leave my chains alone?
Now, please stop that nonsense.
It's not nonsense, Marion. Please, will you leave before anything happens to you?
No, I'm not going to leave. Of course not. In fact, I'm spending the night here.
What?
So that you can see this is all in your mind.
Oh, Marion, get the hell out of here!
Don't worry, I'll leave your chains on. What's that?
Marion, just next to the TV, there's a gun there. You see it? All right, it's loaded. Now, if anything happens to me, if I change, that's the only thing that can keep me from killing someone else.
Oh, Jack, stop it.
Marion, if you insist on staying here, you can at least do that for me. Keep it with you at all times. Now, you can do that for me, can't you, Marion? You can at least do that.
Jack, I know I gave you a few days off, but it's just that the press secretary is ill, and I need you there. I guess it's my most important address ever. I'm announcing an arms limitation agreement with the Chinese foreign minister, and I just don't want the public to think that it's a cover for the curfew I'm imposing upon Washington tonight. I just don't want to sound like the little boy who cried wolf. Know what I mean, Jack? What? Jack, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to insist. Yeah. Well, I've already sent a chopper over there to pick you up.
Mr. President, isn't that your helicopter over there?
They're all my helicopters, Jack.
Oh.
Well, it's a special occasion, Mr. Prime Minister. It's the first time we've ever interrupted our nation's television broadcasting for an unannounced press conference. Now, Mr. Former Prime Minister, sir. We will introduce you to the nation, and then I will come on next with an...
Hey, this is more... 开玩笑这个啊赶他出去啊
Mr. Prime Minister, no, we are going to introduce you first to the nation. You'll be the grabber. You'll get the people, and then that'll raise a certain amount of speculation, Mr. Prime Minister, and then I'll come on, and that'll give the people what they've been waiting for. Do you understand? I come on, Mr. Prime Minister, you're not listening. Do you understand, Mr. Prime Minister?
I don't understand at all.
Then I come on and then I'll announce
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this. Hey, this is not the thing I want. I don't want him here.
What? Just leave Jack out of this now. Will you just talk to me for a moment? Prime Minister, would you please pay attention here just a moment?
Jack, will you pay attention too? 赶他出去啊 Is this a joke? Or is it war?
Oh, no.
这不能这样讲玩笑的事情。
It's no joke, Mr. Prime Minister. No war, of course.
出去啊 赶他出去啊
Jack, please just help me out here a little bit, will you? Washen Shirshani.
我懂得 understand what you said,
Jack.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll get it straight. Jack, would you just pay a little attention? Shirshani, you'll go before the nation.
No more 介绍 I go! 你不要胡说八道，你不要乱来开玩笑啊！我不要他在这儿，我要去 I go!
No, don't get off here. No, don't get off here. We have to land, sir. Land. Jack, how do you say land? Jack, will you please try to pay some attention over here? Mr. Prime Minister, after we announce you... Jack, you're right. It is you. Let back. Now, boy. Down, Jack. No, don't shoot. Don't harm him at all. Jack, down, back. This is your president talking to you. Now, sit, boy. Sit. Heel, Jack. Heel. Charlie, no. Charlie, get this plane out of this guy. Charlie, get this goddamn thing out.
Jack, what are you? My God. Marion.
I just want to make one thing perfectly clear. Washen Shirshani. Washen Shirshani.
It's that time, my lords and ladies. Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is, in the 1957 smash hit, I Was a Teenage Werewolf, Tony Rivers, played by a very young Michael Landon, is transformed into a werewolf by very unusual means. How was he transformed into a werewolf? A. Radiation exposure. B. Witnessing a secret ritual. C. Shot by an alien ray gun. Or D. Hypnosis. Do you know, my lords and ladies? Mull that over in your mind while these commercials try to dull your senses.
I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I've never seen anything like it in my life.
An inhabitant of a far distant galaxy crash lands his spaceship on Earth, only to be pursued by a band of thrill-seeking rednecks. But soon, the hunters become the hunted.
What we're going to be hunting out there, some kind of creature.
I saw my father take the spaceman's gun, and there's no telling what he'll do. Michael, we've got to get those things back to the spaceman.
Galaxy Invader. He's no E.T.
The military won't be able to stop that thing.
A giant killer mutant spider the size of a grain silo is heading this way, and if you're in its path, it's going to eat you. Oh, nuts.
Scientists establish visual communication with rocket in flight. History is being made on the proving grounds of the National Space Foundation as scientists prepare for the ultimate total triumph over space. Within a matter of moments, you will, for the first time, see the interior of a space rocket in flight. Here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And now the wonders of electronic science enable us to see the interior of the rocket. Oh no, what's this? Oh my, not them. Yes, it's the Three Stooges who are making history all right, but laugh history. In their first full-length feature motion picture, Have Rocket Will Travel.
What's wrong with things, Alice? Duck!
Try to contact Earth.
No change in their course, huh?
None. They can't control it. The ship's on an automatic course to the planet Venus.
We got contact. Take that down, quick. What's it say?
Beep, 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 beep. Get out of here. Hey, the television's on.
You heard about the Sputnik and the Mudnik. Well, here comes the Laughnik, a movie that's a three-stooge riot on a three-stage rocket.
We're landing.
For the first time, the world's craziest comedians are really out of this world.
Or admit it. We did it. Have rocket. We'll travel in space.
You are expected. Enter.
A talking automobile.
I am waiting.
I am Larry. I am Mo. And I am Curly Joe. Take us to your leader. Look. They're the spitting image of us, ain't they?
Oh, they look pretty good for robots.
Hey, they made Mo real ugly, didn't they, Larry?
I don't know. I think he's uglier in person.
Don't miss this hilarious mixture of missiles and mirth as the Three Stooges blast off in the biggest comedy bonanza in years.
Ha ha! And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: how did the werewolf in I Was a Teenage Werewolf become a werewolf? The answer was D, through hypnosis. Tony Rivers was a very troubled teen who went to a hypnotist to try to deal with his anger issues. The hypnotist turned out to be rather shady, well, actually downright evil, and hypnotized the young Tony so that every time he became angry, he became a snarling, furry beast. Kind of like a befanged Hulk. And now, my lords and ladies, on to the conclusion of the Werewolf of Washington, as our luckless lycanthrope is on the loose.
It was Whittier.
Oh, Jack!
Al,
Jack, I didn't know!
get Marion out of here.
Jack!
I don't want the press to know she's here.
Jack! 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 Jack!
Now, if this gets out...
What gets out, General? He's changed back. Who's to say any of us saw what we saw?
An autopsy. We'll have an autopsy? No. My mind, it's playing tricks on me. Listen, we'll give him a hero's burial. He came between a sniper's bullet and the president's daughter. We trace this gun, find out who the owner is. No, bury it with last year's nerve gas.
The president's going to be all right. He just has a little bite on the neck.
Thank God.
My fellow Americans, this is your president speaking to you from the White House. First, I want to thank you for your letters and telegrams offering me your best wishes during my recent illness. Secondly, I know I can count on your support as I lash out against the enemies of America, both in the press as well as the Senate, Republicans as well as Democrats, white as well as black, who have circulated the vicious rumors holding members of my administration responsible for the recent and tragic deaths of just a few of my political opponents. At night, I roam the silent, empty corridors of this great house, wrestling with my conscience, and I've come to this conclusion. If I'm to prevent our enemies from destroying not me, but the very office of the presidency, I must have your support. And so
A werewolf in the White House. I think that's a great thing. It'll open the doors of American politics to the monsters. Well, not that we haven't had a few in there before. Just think about it, my lords and ladies. Zombies in Congress, vampires in elected office, ghouls setting public policy. Well, it wouldn't change very much, would it? Well, enough politics, my lords and ladies. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we will do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.